Our word for tonight is coming from Galatians chapter 5, verse 20, and it reads, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulations, wrath, strife, seditions, and heresies. In the Good News Translation, it reads, in worship of idols and witchcraft, people become enemies and they fight. They become jealous, angry, and ambitious. They separate into parties and groups. In verse 19, it tells us that witchcraft is the work of the flesh, the work of the flesh. And it starts at chapter 19, and it gives us a list, and then it goes on down and it gets into the fruit of the spirit in verse 22. But we are focusing in on witchcraft. So therefore witchcraft can also be sorcery or magic. It means the same thing. All right. So what do we think about when we think about witchcraft? What does it mean? Well, I've heard it to mean um, thinking of the goofy dust portions, putting stuff in people's food, dolls, pens, needle, or whatever else. Now, I don't know a whole lot about it. Don't care to know a lot about it. Really don't want to know anything about it. But the Bible calls witchcraft the work of the flesh. It's operating through the flesh. So the main key words for it are manipulate, intimidate, and dominate. The end result is to control the person, to get the person to do whatever it is you want the person to do. So it came along due to the fall of man. It was naturally inherited. It's really using the spirit. It's the spirit that's operating through the flesh, through prayer against people or sending out spirits to stop or trying to stop a person from progressing, causing harm to that person, or on the other hand, using things such as items, money, gifts, words, to try again to get the person to do what you want the person to do, which is demonic, which is the devil. The devil is using the spirit through the flesh, all right? It's the work of the flesh. And the devil is very slick. He's very crafty. He's very cunning. He know how to sliver his way in. He know how to come in real easy. You know, the word tells us that he's transformed into an angel of light. So he know how to present whatever it is that you need to get you to do whatever he wants you to do. Operating through the flesh. Even babies do it. All right? They do it to get their way. Children do it. Adults do it. It's in all walks of life. So my thing is, what's your agenda? What's your goal? Is God in it? Does he have anything to do with it? Remember, Aaron's rod swallowed up the wise men, the sorcerer, and the magicians of Egypt rod. And he only had one rod, which turned into a serpent, which was the power of God. So they can never outdo God because he has all power in his hand. And they got to bow down to that name. They got to bow down to the power of God. They don't have any power, any control over you unless you allow them to. Remember, witchcraft